gets tired, you're better to actually hand the rod over and let somebody else fight the fish, because you got fresh blood, fresh arms.
Yeah, I want.
And it's you know, it's better for the fish. It's better for everything, and we get the fish in, we can process it, and we can get going. You know, and get on to another fish. So
This has got to be one of the better places in British Columbia, right here in the Fraser Canyon at Yale.
this is the best place. I love this place. This is so. I'm thankful and fortunate. Feel fortunate every day that I have an opportunity to share this and showcase this with the world.
What about when you bring people from the world? They must blows them away to see this.
People, you know, people can't understand, or they, you know, they don't really understand the grandeur. This place here, you know, this boat is like a little speck in this big eddy, you know, but it's a pretty cool place to come and experience. I mean, it's massive, right? People don't even understand, you know, some days you're up in here and it's 45 degrees Celsius up here and it's all rock all around you. And, you know, it's very complicated water. It's hard water to understand and to read and to, you know, you got to be really careful up here. This is a place where, you know, the bottom is not forgiving. It doesn't forgive you when you drop your anchor in the wrong spot. Very easy. You can sink a boat in here very easy.
I mean, I noticed going through Lady Franklin there, which we got some video of that, and we'll have that up probably before we show catching this fish. But I can see how you're so knowledgeable to be able to go through there. I sure wouldn't be able to.
Well, it's patience, you know, and it's just like, you know, all the First Nations up here, you know, they run through there in small boats, and, you know, you have to be patient when you run in water like this. You can't be in a hurry. That's where people get into mistakes, and, you know, it's just imperative that you're cautious and you're calculated in what you do up here. You know, this is an area that's not a place that you just fool around in. This is a really cool area, and it's the most spectacular area to fish. We're fortunate to have this here. So we're just going to come into shore here. It's a nice sandy bottom in here, and it'll give us an opportunity to process this fish here. Michael, when you come out, you're going to go and get that anchor, and you're going to take it up there on the bank for me, right? Just be really careful. We're in 6 feet of water right now, and it's going to stay like this, but it's a nice little area for us to process. Okay, there's a little bump in there.
I'm going to probably sink.
No, you'll be okay. It's pretty hard back below that, don't worry. Is your back okay to lift that anchor out? Yeah. Okay, so just take it out.
How much do you figure this one weighs?
Yeah.
Easy, 100.
100?
Easy.
Hmm.
Not more. How deep are we? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so hang on there, and then you can go and get that rod from Dylan. Hold it, Dylan. We don't hand rods off like that. We hand rods off like that. Come out, come out. Use the boat as your guide. No problem. So remember now what you need to do. You know what you need to do? You need to not waste like. Okay, there you go. Even if it's only the tip. So let's bring him, just make sure he stays out in the water enough so he's got lots of water area to breathe there. Or not breathe, yeah, breathe in the water, I guess, is the key there. Okay, you can roll him over a little bit, Dylan, and put your hand in his mouth. Just make sure that he's out a little bit more. You've got lots of room there. You can take him out into the water there more.
What do you mean?
There you go. Perfect, just like that, just so he's got lots of area. Okay, Michael, you can grab me that rod, I'll take that. We just keep him until we finish processing the fish, then we'll just leave him here like this till he's on, and I'll loosen this drag. Okay. So we'll just set that there like that, so it's nice and secure, and we're going to grab the scanner, and we're going to go do the work.
Give me that. I'll scan them first. I'll give you the numbers.
I'm going to come out with you guys. Yes, you bet.
So Dean, just explain what we're doing here.
So it's part of the Mark Recapture program that we've been doing out here on the Fraser River here for 22 years. And we've actually got over 65,000 individual fish that are tagged, and this happens to be a recap right now. And any fish that is over 5 feet will check the dorsal fin because it could have been recaptured back in the 1995 to 98 provincial program.
So this fish has been caught before.
Yeah, so we write down on our sheet, yes, it's been scanned. Michael's going to give us the number.
4866.
Yes.
4C0.
Yes.
D7E.
Okay, back to you. 4866 4 Charlie 0 Delta 7 Echo.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So we've got them
scan.
scanned. Now we need to bring them
Tail
up.
scan.
So we need to just somebody needs to get their hand on the dorsal there, and then bring the dorsal up, and then scan each side of the dorsal. Oh, let's not bring it in too much. Just right there. You got lots of room. Hold your button down. No, you got to go over the whole entire dorsal. No, nice and level.
What are you
And
checking
slow.
for here now? Another one?
Nothing.
And the other side, nice and gentle. Turn your scanner sideways. Okay, so in 1994 to 90, or 95 to 98, there was a provincial program, and we actually tagged the fish in the dorsal fin. Some of them had Floyd tags. I just got one of those fish last week, actually, with a Floyd tag in it. And, you know, that's really cool because that information would mean, you know, that fish hadn't been caught in potentially 19 to 20 years. This fish here, being that it's a 4866 number, was probably initially tagged sometime within the last 10 years.
So
I just say that just because I kind of know some of the numbers and where we're at. And we can find out the information on this fish, how many times it was recaptured, how many times it was released, what its growth rate was, how big it was at the initial capture. All this stuff's really cool information. So now we got to measure him, and then we can get a picture with him, and then we can get him on his way. So we need to get the tape out. And you see the whole time that we're out here, we can keep care of these fish in the water there. You can see that fish, you know.
He's breathing and his scales working
yeah.
fine. And they're a very tough fish.
These fish are very hardy, yeah. These fish are, you know, we have a less than 1% mortality of sport caught white sturgeon, which is in today's world and any world of sport fishing, that mortality rate is, you know, it's unparalleled by almost any other fishery in the entire world. So we want to put him on his side a little bit, but we got to get that tape down the lateral line, boys.
Just like that there. You on the nose?
I was.
Okay.
Take your time, boys. Just
184 centimeters.
I'm not sure that I'm convinced.
yeah,
that that's
no.
good enough.
Okay, let's
Okay,
try
I'm
it
on
again.
right now.
Okay, you ready?
Ready?
Got to lay it on the fish's body, though, boys. See? So don't worry. We just got to make sure that when we're doing it, sometimes it's good to put your foot underneath the fish here so that you can get a little bit closer and you can come under a little. Okay. And we'll just bring them up slightly. Got the tip of the nose down the lateral line of the fish.
186.
Okay, so that's a little bit. Dylan, you want to grab him again there in the head? Okay, and we want to do that girth. Okay, girth right behind the pectoral fins, because then we stay as a common measurement. And the reason why we do the fork measurement is that's the science that we're doing now. So that's actually a fork measurement. But back in 95 to 98, we actually did both a fork measurement to the fork of the tail. We also did a tip of the nose to the tip of the tail. And that's total length of the fish. And both of those are numbers and things that we use. It's just that for the science purpose, we're using the fork length in this instance.
Okay, I
And
guess
if you want to look at a tag, that's what a tag looks like. Okay, so that tag will have its own unique identity, and it will have 10 digits, numbers and digits, and it's unique to our area. That if you were to catch a fish that came from the Columbia River, it would have 15 digits. And that tag goes, if we were to put a tag in, which we don't have to, that tag would just go in this needle right here, just like this. And that tag would actually go on the left side of the head, looking down below the skull. So that's the skull of the fish, and this is right away meat. So that's where we would be, and we would just come on the left side, and you'd come a thumb width back, and you keep it shallow. You just slide it in, and away you go. And that's how fast those fish can be tagged.
Well, I think he's just about ready to send him on his way.
Yeah, we're gonna click the photo, and we're gonna send him on his way.